Only fond memories of Ernie Banks, Mr. Cub, his cheery disposition, his kindness to everyone he met, his tremendous home run, RBI, and games played records. He will be missed. This week on the Spotlight, we talked to the newest White Sox, Jeff Samardzija. It was at Sox Fest. We talked to Coach Tibbs, up and down Bulls play, and then trivia championship action from Salerno's. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, this is the 27th year of the Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to Calabria Imports. That's where I go for Italian food, deli food. Mention this TV ad and get 10% off. Catering and sandwiches. It's at 1905 West 103rd Street. They have great stuff, and you should get it at Calabria Imports. You've got to get to the Cove for my trivia game, February 11th at 8 p.m. Great people, great game, easy to reach. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. The T-Wax Company does real estate investments. They want you to buy Chicagoland properties, providing profit opportunities since 1985. Call my friend Mr. Thomas at 773-456-3057. Make some money. Call 773-456-3057. Union Park Bar and Grill. Open at 11 a.m. daily. Huge full bar, tons of screens, great sandwiches and appetizers, great staff, a parking lot, daily specials, always fun at Jackson and Racine. Every time I go to Union Park, I have a great time. So go there, Jackson and Racine, lunch, dinner, you name it. Lisa Davis Insurance and Tax Services at 107th and Western specializes in rollovers, tax recovery, tax resolution. They have insurance, auto, home, life, and business. You can call them at 773-873-8977. Lisa Davis for all your financial services. Amelia's Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner daily at 46th and Halsted. Lamo de Cerdo, Portrero and Mar, Ceviche al Limon, Salmon al Carbone. New cocktail menu, margaritas, martinis, and sangria. Great stuff at Amelia's Bar and Grill, 46th and Halsted. You'll be glad you went. Jeff Samardzija is on the south side now. He's a Northwest Indiana guy who loved the White Sox growing up, and he's going to pitch for the team he loved growing up. He talks about that very thing, the first game he was ever at, that kind of stuff, in a wide-ranging interview that will be a multi-parter. Here's part 1 of Jeff Samardzija.
It's exciting. You know, I'm really excited to see an aggressive front office like that comes out and you know, having a plan is one thing. Going out signing free agents and making trades is one thing. But you know, when you come out and you know what you want and who you want, and the type of guy you want, to me that's the next level. And I think you've seen that with guys like LaRoche coming in and Robertson. It's like I said before, I'm pinching myself with what's going on and how much they've thrown me into the fold when I haven't even made a pitch for these guys. So all I can do is prepare the right way and do everything I need to do to return that to them and return that thanks by winning games and pitching deep into games and saving that bullpen.
With the Super Bowl coming up, do you ever look back at the guys on the field and think, oh, what if? Maybe I should have stayed with that? Ever thoughts about that?
No, I mean, I miss football every day of my life, but that doesn't mean I sit around and sulk about it.
Jeff, in terms of leadership, how do you personally go out and act as a leader on and off the field? And what are you going to bring with this year in terms of the role?
Yeah, I think off the field, you know, preparation, you know, have been there and done that type things. You know, when you get a lot of these young guys, it always tends to be, you know, that up and down of the season, success against failure. And I think as an older guy and as a veteran, that's what your job off the field is, to let these guys know that there's ups, there is downs. You know, this week doesn't necessarily determine your career or, you know, or this season as a whole. And you keep grinding and you keep working, and your true talent as a player will come out over time. On the field, you just shut up and you do your job. You know, I think that's the most important thing. Is you go out and you show these guys that regardless of what's going on in your personal life, regardless of what's going on off the field, you know, you come and you play, and that's the most important thing for you for those 3.5 hours is to come out and play the game and win the game. No excuses, you know, nothing like that. And I think once you do that and you get enough guys on that same page, then things start to snowball, and that's what it's all about.
Jeff, when you first started going to the games as a kid, who was playing and who were you copying?
My first memory of coming up here was, well, obviously we all wiffle ball in the backyard. You know, we try to do the Big Hurts swing, you know, with his little toe tap and the bat swing, and hit that pitch in the other batter's box, pull, you know, into left field for a homer. But one of my earliest memories is kind of funny is we had this old conversion van, and it popped a flat about 4 miles from the exit. So we're on the Dan Ryan, the car's doing about 100 past us, and me and my pops are down there on our hands and knees trying to fix the lug nuts. The funny is that's my first memory, and then we went to the game. They ended up beating the Blue Jays, and I was watching Carlos Delgado play, and all that. So I got a lot of fond memories of being a kid, and it's kind of funny when all this happened, all those memories come back up, and you kind of relive them. So it's cool.
Are you looking forward to your first Sox Fest, or is it your first Sox Fest?
Yeah, it is.
As a fan, as a kid?
No, we never. No, I didn't collect autographs as a kid. I just worked hard to make people want my autograph. So.
How about meeting Frank? Have you met Frank?
Yeah, real briefly. I met him for a couple of the Crosstown series, and then I met him at the All-Star game last year.
You tell him about the Whipple thing?
No, I'm sure he knows. So.
What do you anticipate doing?
Same thing as all the other 162 games, man. Everyone's out to win a ball game and set themselves up to play in October. So, I expect a tough series, and just like any other series we're going to have. We have the Royals, we have the Tigers, the Indians that have been playing great ball. So we have plenty of teams on our schedule that we need to worry about, along with other teams. And so we're going to approach every game individually and go from there.
Jeff, a lot of 2005 guys around here obviously at Sox. What are your memories of the 05 team? I mean, where you were at the time? What were your memories of this?
I remember just as a whole, from afar, everyone kind of wrote them off early in the playoffs. They made the playoffs, and that's cool, and everyone's happy for that. And then they kind of just made this run, that was kind of magical in a way, right? That just the ball started bouncing their way, and things started happening, and then they kind of owned it there, and then went on and won the World Series. But like I said before, fondly for me, it's watching those guys on the double-decker bus with confetti falling from the skyrise. That's what it's all about, And if you don't mentally put yourself in that situation and want to be in that situation, it's never going to happen. So it's cool to sit here and see those pictures and relive those moments and give you a taste of what it could be like when you're in that situation yourself. So it's exciting.
Carol says he's got a photo of you as a 5-year-old sitting on his lap.
Yeah, I think
that's when you became a Sox fan.
I think I'm bawling crying, to tell you the truth. So he must have went 0 for 5 that day or something. But yeah, he does. He was being a Northwest Indiana guy. There's not too many stars from the local professional teams that live in town and have their hands in the community. And Ron was definitely one of those guys, and went to all of his hitting camps. And yeah, so it's just cool to see that come full circle, and to see him here today is it's pretty wild.
Jeff, you've always had close personal.
And we will have more of Jeff Samardzija in future weeks here as we analyze Sox Fest 2015. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Cornelio's Mobile Auto Glass. They come to you. You call them at 773-908-6081. Lowest prices, new and used. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. They'll do your windshield, back window, or sides. They did a great job for me. They'll do a great job for you, and you'll be amazed at how quickly They come in and finish it up. Cornelio's Mobile Auto Glass. Nuevo Leon, for the best Mexican cuisine since 1962. Serving every day from 7 a.m. to midnight. Conveniently located 1515 West 18th Street, just a block east of Ashland in Chicago. Of course, they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a wide range of menu items. Everything from steak, seafood, to breakfast, to chicken, pork, dine-in, carry-out, tacos, enchiladas, everything you can imagine, and great quality at Nuevo Leon, 1515 West 18th. You got to check out family dentist Lawrence Ferlin, 109th and Kedzie, Crowns Veneers, cleanings, working on my bridge. I was there twice on January 27th. They do a great job. Call them at 773-233-7044. Family dentist Lawrence Ferlin. The gold standard of the NBA, since the Bulls stopped winning titles, has been the San Antonio Spurs. They've won 5. Greg Popovich has presided over this time period, and certainly with some gigantic help from Tim Duncan and some other Hall of Fame players. But it's been a Rock of Gibraltar franchise. And Coach Tibbs talks about them all the time. But rarely, to be exact, once a year, we get a chance to talk to Pop. And I've kind of steered away from it because of the reputation that he has for being not too great with the media. But that's way off, or at least it was this day. We'll present you with some Coach Popovich vintage stuff.
Tom Thibodeau gushed about you and your history in the NBA. What are your thoughts about him so far, what he's done, his job?
He's just trying to set me up.
Probably.
He's a low-down, dirty dude. He's trying to set me up. I'm not buying it.
We hear sometimes that coaches lose their teams. The teams tune them out. Their voices aren't heard quite the same. It's come up recently with Tom. What's the secret to lasting long, then, if that goes on?
Well, what you heard, what you guys have reported in that sense is not going to happen because he's not going to lose any team. I think you guys just have to have stories. So if somebody loses a few games, there's got to be a reason. So, I guess that's the one that was picked. But sometimes players, listen. Timmy stopped listening to me a long time ago. I don't even coach him. You guys think I'm kidding. He just plays. I talk to him once in a while. But sometimes some guys don't want to hear it. But as far as a team and being lost, that kind of thing, that's not what's happening here.
Pop, you coached against Tom Gasol for a long time. To see him go to the East during conference and probably be an all-star starter, what do you make of this season he's having?
I'm thrilled he's in the East. I mean, we tried to convince him to come to San Antonio, and he chose Chicago. He made a good choice. He fits great, and so if we weren't going to get him, I certainly didn't want to see him on another team in the West. That's for sure.
What was his appeal to your team?
He's a really, really good basketball player. He's smart as a whip. He understands what wins and loses. He's highly skilled. He's team-oriented. He can play out on the floor. He can play on the block. He's a special guy when you combine his skills and his intelligence. And we would have loved to have had him.
Kobe was in San Antonio today and had an MRI that showed a torn rotator cuff.
I didn't know that.
He's flying back today, and they'll get an update, I guess, but it could be more surgery for him. Any thoughts on Kobe as he's sort of hitting this gauntlet of injuries?
Well, you hate to see any player hurt, but just when Derek was out for all those games and Kobe's been out, it's better for the league if those guys are there. It's just as simple as that. So you hate to see, really good players go down and not be able to watch them play if you're a fan, or coach with or against them, if you're in the mix. So I hate to see something like that.
Will you approach the second half of the season any differently? In previous years when your team has won a title, you've been top 3, top 4 in your conference. Will that affect how you approach the second half of the season, given where you guys are now?
You mean in terms of
wins and
how?
losses?
No. We'll try to keep everybody 30 or under if we can, and nothing will change from what we've done in the past. We've gone through a tough stretch, and hopefully we can play well and gain some ground. We'll see.
How would you assess, now that it's past, the first half of your season? You had a tough stretch in December, you have guys out.
Decent. Played decent basketball. Not very consistent basketball. We never really, got a rhythm or got the same group on the court to play the way we hoped we would, pick up from last year. So we haven't been able to really do that. Hopefully with Kawhi coming back now, Tiago's back, Patty Mills is back. Hopefully we can do that as the next couple of 2, 3, 4 weeks goes on.
Is there any difference? Last year you were coming off that incredible disappointment in the finals and a highly motivated
I don't remember
situation.
that.
I wrote it down somewhere. I can show it to you.
You have to bring it up again.
But it's past.
What are you? Jeez,
You're
a mean man.
No, I
You're
don't
a
deny
mean
that.
person.
But given that,
Why don't you start the sentence out with the championship last year? You have to start with the year before,
and then last year you won a championship and it was the best team.
and nobody cares about either one because it's a new year.
And many people commended the Spurs for how well they played. Coming off that into this season, did that have any impact?
I'm getting confused now, so just...
So am I. Because you didn't let me finish the sentence.
My bad, I apologize.
But coming off last season, when you guys played so well and almost perfectly, as even you said, I think you did, or as well as basketball you could play.
I think you made that up, but go ahead.
Well, it happens on the internet. Again, you didn't let me finish the sentence.
Question. Does anybody else have a question?
Tip off in 20 minutes.
I'm not done yet.
I think they started playing.
Or if you're late for coaching, let me know.
They don't need me. They know what they're doing.
Given that, has that had any impact coming into this season, the way you guys played on such a high in the finals?
Does it have a...
The impact of the way the team has played, given that you played at such a high level, trying to sustain that again coming into this season?
No, I think we make too much of, if we were... I don't understand the question. Just don't. I'm sorry.
I'm exhausted after that question, too. But we'll have more of Popovich. He's fun next week here on the Spotlight. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta. Great donuts and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget, the Illinois Lottery, too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski. You know you should get to the Dirty Sock on alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. when I do my trivia game. They have great food, great drink, great people at 93rd and Roberts Road. It's a fun place. I've been going there for years. So start coming out on Thursday nights at least. I'll see you at 8 o'clock. We'll have fun. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. We're back on the Spotlight, and it's time to talk Coach Tibbs. He's been under fire for this 6 out of 8 losing thing. But somebody very astutely pointed out to me they'd won something like 12 out of 15 prior to that streak, and they're still winning 2/3 of their games. So let's calm down, people. There's been some injuries. There's been some missed practice time, a lack of cohesion. When the regular starting lineup's together, they're winning about 80%. Just got to get that starting group together. That's all. I'm missing the link that doesn't get the proper respect is Mike Dunleavy, who's been out for a while. But anyway, Coach Tibbs, kind of mellow, maybe mellower than usual, puts it all in perspective in one of his funnier press sessions. When you play a team of this caliber, do you find it sort of a measuring stick to see where your team is at?
Well, every game is. I think it reveals exactly where you are. You know, we know how good they are. They're the defending champion. So, you know, we're shorthanded. Our margin of error is small. We're going to have to play with great intensity the entire game, all 48 minutes.
Tom, there's a chance Powell will be named the starter for the All-Star team. They're going to announce it in an hour or so. We don't know if it'll be, but just could you talk about Powell's season up to this point?
Yeah.
And you feeling like you've been that good, merit of starting the All-Star
Yeah, I think he's earned it. I think he's played at an extremely high level the entire season. He's been strong on both sides of the ball. You know, and as I said, we've been shorthanded the whole time, and he and Jimmy have really stepped up and have done a terrific job for us.
Did you expect him to have this much impact and this much effect on the team this season and play at this level?
Well, I think in following his career and watching him, I knew how talented he was and what a high skill level he had. And I know the last couple of years he battled through some things, but I could see this summer how highly motivated he was, and I think that was important for him. I think he came into camp in great shape. He hit the ground running, and he really hasn't stopped since. He's been terrific. Practices hard every day, and it shows.
What's he meant to your team?
A lot. I think good veteran leadership. I've always said that the best type of leadership is doing the right things each and every day, and he does that. But basically, he comes in every day. He's going to give you a good, honest day's work every day. And then he's experienced just about everything there is to experience. So I think he handles things well. But as I said, the most important thing are the things that he does. I think players look at that and they say, you know, that's a person I could follow.
How do you think Jimmy's been at the 3 recently?
He's been terrific. You know, Jimmy's played the 2 and the 3 all year long. You know, he did whatever we need, he provides, whether it's scoring, defense, rebounding, playmaking. He's invaluable to our team. I think he brings a lot of toughness to our team, which is what we need.
Has Jimmy had to take an extra load in some way, shape, or form without Mike?
Well, I mean, I think right from the start, you know, with all the guys missing as many games and practices as we've missed, Jimmy and Powell, you know, it was an opportunity for Jimmy to grow, and he's taken it and run with it. You know, so I think it's been good for him, and you know, I don't want to put a lid on him. I think he can keep doing more, and so very talented guy, hardworking, driven. You know, so we'll see.
Is Kirk starting center Tony?
Undecided right now.
Tom, Powell yesterday told us that maybe it's a good idea sometimes to take a foul or two early in the game from his position. Is that sort of mentality to sort of set a physical tone?
I just want him to be aggressive, concentrate on body position. Everybody, you know, we have to have everyone put more into it right now, and especially when you're shorthanded, your margin of error is small, so you have to play with great intensity all the time, and not just him, our entire team.
And we'll have more Tibbs next week here on the Spotlight.
I eat on the pasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people. Have a tremendous time. At Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine, you'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's.
Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie.
You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks, the world's largest warehouse, off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage.
Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place.
Team Antigioni, select. Locations. In the Chicago area. When you're in the town of Crete, what county are you in? 5 seconds. Will is correct. 140. I see you driven in the area. 230. That's good for you. Shy Sharks. Capital of Romania. Bucharest, yes. 160. You go to 490. J&B. Location. If you're in Morris, Illinois, what county are you in? Grundy is right. Oh, a cartologist, eh? 520. All right, we go to Matt Anthony. Location. The capital of Sri Lanka. 200 points. Strongly recommend a throw. Sure. Stop doing that. Oh! Came in a little hot. And then the throw is fast. Let me write that down. Somebody else made a throw. Jordan and Marks.
That's all the time we have for this week. We'll see you next week. The Lansing Floral Shop. Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound, saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.